Alright, so this video is going to be for exploring the Hotel Swank. We've got some new updates on how to get there, and we'll focus as a new player the quickest way to do that. So anyone that's level 60 or below. So the first spot will be Holberg. This is for the custom Dark Majesty timeline server Unfamiliar Shores. Way different than any of the end of retail servers that are out there. But we're going to go to Drudge Hideout. And very simple, there's a portal right here to Hotel Swank. Now, there are a list of Hotel Swank quests that you'll be able to find on the website and within the Discord. So I'm going to just give the example here of one of them. So one of the quests, again, for early levels, if you didn't want to use that quick access, is you would kill this boss at the end of Drudge Hideout. Loot the key, it's part of a quest. And then you would go in the portal. This is also Hotel Swank. From the drop, you can go to the straight and then to the right, and you'll have a huge portal network here. So very easy, quick to get around, especially those early levels. You can just go into Drudge Hideout, or you can also go into the Red Rat Lair from Urak, or you can go to Shoshi Grotto as well. We'll have one at the entrance. So those three spots, easy. Be able to get to this portal network very quick since we don't have town network anymore because that did not exist in this era of Asheron's Call. But back here to the drop where we were at, if you had went just straight ahead through the doors and then take a left at the very end, this is the treasure room that has all the chests. So I had already done the quest, but if I had the Drudge Hideout key, I would be able to use that on this chest. There's Greenmire Grave, Undercover Crypt, Dungeon of Shadows. And then there's some other ones here that are just named like chest number, like chest 9, 10, whatnot. So definitely use the spreadsheet that is on the website and on the Discord to be able to understand those. Because they're nice little daily quests to go and do to get some extra rewards from those chests, because they are randomized rewards. Now, from the drop, if you had just turned around, you can go here to where it says Hall of Vendors. You can go through this. It's going to take you across a sky bridge. So a couple things to point out here. So we'll go to the right first. We've got a couple different daily wheels that you can spin. You do have to be level 45 plus to use these, but this one will give you a random item that is part of a grouping that is available for this wheel. You can get like infinite heal kit. You can get some custom currency for the server for different vendors and some other items. This one here, the server does have augmentations on it at a reduced XP amount since the level cap is so much lower here. And I'll just say a quick note on those augmentations. When you do them, they do use up XP, so if you're playing a hardcore character that has a level 126 cap, you'll definitely want to get a couple augs in here or there, and then you can actually either intentionally die on your character to be able to reset your XP, but still keep all those augs. You can do that. There's some vendors here as well. These are new custom vendors that you can be able to use to be able to get some of the custom crafting gems and to be able to do some of the currency exchange as well. This cave right here takes you to a location that we'll talk about in a different video, but it's for the unspec and respec characters. But each of those noob dungeons that has a swank portal in it, there's a vendor also near the portal that has for 1 Pyrel each, you can buy attribute gems and skill gems to be able to respec and change your character around very easily as well. But after that, you would be able to use Hotel Swank to go in this portal and go to either the Temple of Spec or Unspec. Back to this main room of vendors here, we'll kind of go down the line. If you were over here, you'd be able to do either shekels or doubloons or M notes to be able to exchange and gamble. If you use a time sworn chronoglyph, you can do it here. And it's a green token. I don't have any on me, but you can hand it here and it will give you 1 piece of random doubloon gear. And we'll go over what that is here in a second. This one here is where you would hand in the umbral chronoglyphs. It's a different set of currency, a higher tier, that it essentially gives you a random piece of armor, or this is the weapon one, and this is the armor one, but from the Sunscript vendor is what you would be able to get for those. And then these over here that are tucked away, very, very good for getting quest armor and weapons for gambling doubloons, which is the lower of the tier on the currencies. So these vendors, we'll start with this one here, since we'll start with the lower tier vendor currency. So doubloons, you combine 2 shekels to make a doubloon. Okay. Each of these items here has the price, 12 doubloons, 12 doubloons. This is an armor set that is very good for those early levels of level like 35, 40, until you start getting some loot gen sets. Quick call out on this vendor. This shield, they look very similar, but this one here, the Maiden's Rack Guard, is for mages. Has the same stats, but it has a hidden property on it that whenever you cast a spell on a mage and it hits a target, it has the ability to bounce up to 7 more times to other targets around it. So it's a very fun way for mages to just blow up all the mobs in a room. I got books and paper here. These gems here, these are for adding imbues of ratings onto loot gen gear. There will be more information on the Discord on how these work and what each one does. You can also get some of the stuff that you get with AUGs on end of retail servers, so like Asheron's Benediction and Blackmore's Favor. These are really key ones that people get early on. A little pricey, but you just got to save up for them and do quests to be able to get doubloons faster. This one gives you 10% increase in health, and this one gives you additional armor, like armor protection. Jewelry, these are part of the doubloon set. So some good jewelry. The necklace is usually the first one to get because it gives a ton of health. You're getting about 50 points of health with this. Then we have our old AUG gems from End of Retail. These are added as a custom part of this server. You'll see that it takes a certain amount of experience, 3 million for this, 6 million for this one. And there is also the ability to get some of these multiple times. So like the ones that give ratings, like the Iron Skin of Invincible that gives 3 damage reduction, you can do that twice. This one you can only do once. Again, this will be broken down on the Discord. And we may throw it on the website as well, just so that people have all the information there to be able to know which ones they need to do. A very important piece with this is there is no way for you to check, because the way that this was done and how you can get multiple of some of these, there's no way to track it on your character. You would not be able to go into here like you would normally do and see your augmentations all listed here and show multiple that you've done. I highly recommend creating a spreadsheet or a way to track it that you would just be able to notate and say, hey, I already got one of the Iron Skin of the Invincible. Need to get one more, right? Or Master of the Steel Circle. This one gives 10, increases your base melee attack skill for any of them, whether it's dagger, staff, any of those. It increases the base by 10, and you can do that 5 times. So that allows you to get to the higher wield tiers, like 380 or 400 wield, by increasing your base skill by doing this 5 times. weapons. These are the doubloon weapons. Very helpful as well as the wands. This vendor over here just sells stuff for pyreals. One thing to note, you can get augs here as well for, or not augs, imbues, sorry, for your loot gen gear. This gives +1 to all of your ratings that are available here. So there's ones that give damage reduction, crit reduction, vitality, heal boost. So all that stuff, each of these gives one of those types of ratings, and it's a +1. Now, if you add this first, and then add the doubloon ones that give +3, it will add and give 4 rating to it. If you add the doubloon ones first, you cannot go back and add the pyreal ones. So that is a thing to note as kind of tribal knowledge that, hey, add the pyreal ones first. Well, you've got money, and then because it takes a while to save up on doubloons, eventually upgrade to doing those imbues. This vendor right here is our Sunscript vendor. Not a lot of people buy the armor. Shields are pretty nice to have, but the armor, I think there might be some room for improvement on getting these sets a little bit more appealing. They are giving set pieces though at this, which gives a set bonus, which is very helpful. So it is still an upgrade from the doubloon ones, but I will say that usually by the time you have enough Sunscripts to afford this, probably rolling into loot gen armor, which is going to be king and queen of what you want to wear. Probably the most important thing, or one of them for Sunscript vendor, are the recalls. These are unlimited use, and you can get around to many of the places throughout the game. Some of the popular ones would be like Olgrim's Recall, or Glendon Wood, pretty quick one as well, Sanctuary. And so these are unlimited, and they allow you to be able to recall since there's no item magic in this game, so you can recall to these. Just as a reminder, you can still buy primary, secondary, portal recall gems, lifestone recall gems from the jewelers, so you still can navigate around with actually tying to portals as well. These gems here are the same exact as the doubloon, so I would not waste Sunscripts on these because Sunscripts are harder to get. Just buy them from the doubloon vendor. Jewelry. This jewelry is a little different. It's got some, extra things here like augmented stamina, augmented mana. Again, I have not bought these. I don't really use these ones. I switched to loot gen from doubloon. These augs are all the exact same from doubloons as well, so I would not waste Sunscripts on that. So here's the other important piece, weapons. The Sunscript weapons are very nice to have. They really fill the gap until you're able to have the higher tier wields that you'll need for a late game. So yeah, these are all very good to have. And then you have your wands as well. Iron Sea Orb is probably the most popular for mages. I'm going to hop over to this doubloon vendor real quick just to share. One of the items here is called an Echo Fang Prism. This one you can apply to either doubloon weapons or loot gen weapons or Sunscript weapons, and it makes it cleave 3 targets. So instead of hitting just 1, you hit 3. So that's a real quick call out on that. This vendor right here is brand new, so I won't try to talk as a professional on it in detail, but the biggest thing that this was brought in was for a huge list of new custom combat techniques. You'll see a lot that are of the basic ones that were from the original Dakaru. Those are going to be on the website and the Discord, whereas these are going to be more like explore and try out. Okay, these are brand new, and we've been asked to try them out, test them. They are pretty expensive. The price is going to be adjusted here shortly, so probably by the time that you watch this video, they'll probably be a little cheaper. But you can buy them, read what it does. If it interests you, go ahead and try it out. And if you do run into any bugs while you're trying this, definitely reach out to the admin on this. But he's tested several of these, and there's some really cool ones, like being able to charge at someone or use. There's one called a stamina shield that instead of you taking the full amount of damage that you would have, it takes away from your stamina pool a little bit to be able to negate some of that damage. And I think that, oh, there's one more thing here. So this vendor here, token vendor, allows you to be able to do a couple different cool tasks that you can do to kind of explore some additional new features of this server. So there's the kill task one, 6 doubloons, buy this. Once you buy any of these, you do hand it to the vendor over here, the Hunt Master. So for this one, you would hand it to him, then he will give you a random kill task. He'll tell you what type of mob to go kill, whether it's Lugians, Mosworts, whatever. And then you have to go and find a place that has a lot of those mobs, and preferably high enough level that you're able to kill them without dying, obviously, right? So you want them to be somewhat difficult so that they give more points towards the task. That's the reasoning behind it. You want to have a high enough volume that you can get enough kills, because it may need you to kill 100 or 200 of them. Monster Hunt token. This is a server-wide event, so that's why it costs so much more. And it will allow everyone to join, and there'll be a mob type that is listed as a bonus type that will get a 4 times multiplier of points. So it is based off of the level of mob that you're killing, as well as, hey, is it the special mob type that gives the bonus. Those things you accumulate points over a 30, 40 minute time period, whatever it dictates on the Monster Hunt announcement. And anyone on the server can type /join hunt, one word, not 2 words, 1 word, /join hunt, and they can all join in, and it's a race to see who gets the most points of just killing any mobs. Obviously, the people that go and kill the specific mob type are going to get bonus points, and it'll be tougher to be able to beat them on the race to have the highest score. Hot Zone is another global event. It will send chords. I will say there's one minor bug with this where it doesn't give a period, so just whatever chords it gives you, just go 2 numbers from the left. So if it gives you 29-2 south by 365 west, then you would just go 2 from the left and 2 from left there to be able to get your chords. Okay. You just add those periods in, that way you can click on it and be able to, check on your map and see where it's at. Use Go Arrow if you're going to use that. These other 4 are collection quests. They all have a different requirement. Definitely check on the Discord for that, on how these work, because they're a little bit newer. But essentially, they're all to get ingredients to create custom gems that can imbue your gear or increase your character's strength. So pretty cool and powerful stuff. This vendor right here is for boss tokens. There's world boss events at some of those places that have the recalls, like Neftet, Gear Night, Location Area, Holberg Beach, Iraq Beach, Shaoxi Hill are some of the spots. But you will be able to, if you ever do a world boss event and help kill it and loot the token, you could take it back to this guy and he'll give you some rewards for it. But I think that is pretty much it. Oh, nope, there's always one more thing. It's just so much content in here, right? Terrence the Terrible, if you were to give him a stack of trade notes, I believe he'll even tell you. Yeah, so if you've got 5 of the M notes on you, you can then send him a message saying flip, and then it'll pop up a prompt asking if you do want to gamble, and it's a coin flip, essentially 50-50 chance to either get, it doesn't quite double your money. I think if you do the 5 and you win, you get 8. You'll get 8 back, so you gain 3 M notes, or you lose them, right? So it's meant to have a little bit more risk than reward, but definitely do it at your fancy. And that is it for Hotel Swank. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in game.